Hi folks, so I'm just doing a little bit of an introduction to this video. I've got my jumper on because it's turned really chilly, and Kai went to the groomers and had all his hair cut off, and now he's cold, so he's getting a bit clingy, and he also he gets skin irritation as well from, I don't know what the groomers use, but it really irritates his skin, and he's scratched his head till it bled. So yeah, poor baby. It's not the groomer's fault, it's the way he is. He gets a bit traumatized when he goes. Anyway, the video is, as you can probably gather, Stacey Demarco's Deep, Dark and Dangerous Oracle. Beautiful it is. And I just wanted to go over a few things before the video starts. So I start with opening the deck and going through the cards, the usual, what we usually do. I also do a little dedication that's in the book, so I dedicate the cards, which I really enjoyed. I had to tweak it a bit because, like, she said to use a gold candle, and guess who didn't have a gold candle, so I used a yellow one. And she had said to use sea salt, and I can't find the sea salt. I had a whole box of it, can't find it. So I tweaked the dedication. But to my mind, it's all about intention. And as long as the intention's there, I think the specifics aren't that important, my take. So anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about my takeaways from this deck. I thought I'd share with you today an unboxing of my latest purchase, this Deep, Dark and Dangerous Oracle by Stacey Demarco. How intriguing. I can't wait to get into this one. Okay. Right, I'm going to take the plastic off first. Can I just show you my crystal ball? What a beaut. Gorgeous. You see the rainbow there? I might have shown this before in another video. Oh, it's just pure magic though. Pure magic. Anyway, back to the video. So this is the Deep, Dark and Dangerous Oracle by Stacey Demarco, illustrated by, never going to be able to say that. Not even going to try. I'll just murder it. The box it's got a texture. I don't know how to describe it. It's quite a rough texture. That's interesting. I've got loads of snakes with open mouths there. Ooh. Is this Medusa? So what's the back like? It's got, oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Deep, Dark and Dangerous, and it's also got like a snake skin raised rough edge here as well. I don't know if you can pick that up. Maybe, it's quite dark. So let's see what it says. There is great beauty and power in darkness. What if, by stepping into the realm of the monsters and the things that go bump in the night, what seems twisted and dangerous is actually a torch leading us out of the darkness into divine wholeness? From the iconic Medusa to mermaids, valkyries and vampires, selkies and sibyls, find your truth in the deep, the dark and the dangerous. This deck includes stunning images of the world's deep creatures, dark goddesses and gods, and dangerous heroes and shadows. Rockpool published deck. Hey, open the box. Oh, got another snake inside. Okay. Oh, this is the guidebook. It is 118 pages. Oh look, crystal companion, plant companion. That's interesting. So there's a snake skin background to the cards. Anubis. It's a beautiful, beautiful produced book, I've got to say. So they've got an image of the card and then the write-up. Hypnos is the god of sleep. What else do we have? So it's that snake skin in a light colour and in a dark colour. Oh, it's beautiful. Red and black again. That witch's oracle I unboxed the other day. Everyone is a moon and has a dark side. He never shows to anybody. Mark Twain. So we've got different sections. We've got the deep, the dark, and the dangerous. Ooh. Introduction, which is for 3 pages. How the deck, how each card is structured, the name of the subject of the card, the message of the card in summary, then a description, a plant companion, a crystal companion, how to use the cards, some spreads, timing spread, a dedication for the cards. Oh, we might do that actually. We could do that, couldn't we? And then the cards themselves. Okay, that's the book. I like the way they use paper bands these days. It just doesn't damage the cards. Easily ripped. Cool. They're quite glossy, as you can see. Nope. And they've got the snake motif on the back. Okay. So we'll look at the cards. We've got that snake in the bottom of the box again, as we had in the top. Okay. Let's have a little look at the card, shall we? Okay, so you can see there was 44 cards. It's got a beautiful red edging, just like that Oracle of the Witch, same edging. It's chipped there already, and I have not even used them. You see that? That chip there. Beautiful edging there. As I said, quite slippy. So in the book on page 10 there's a dedication for the cards. I'll try and do this without burning it. So I do have a candle there. This is the dedication, and it tells you to go outdoors if you can, by the sea, on the earth, or up in the sky. Well, I'm going to do it indoors, although I'm only 5 minutes from the sea, so hopefully that counts. It says burn some bay leaves, sage or frankincense. Well, I've got some here that I'm burning. She's taken a little while to actually catch, but there we go. Smoky. Okay. And it says burn some sage. Oh, allow these to burn and smoke fragrantly. Okay, it says throw some salt upon the pack. Sea salt is best. And would you know it? I can't find any. I did have some, but I can't find it, so we'll make do. And say, I cleanse, I renew, I protect. So instead of doing that, what I'm going to do is place this beautiful crystal ball on top. And I'm going to go anti-clockwise and say, I cleanse. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to go clockwise, and I'm going to go, I renew, I renew, I renew. Clockwise again, I protect, I protect, I protect. It says then light a golden candle. Well, I don't have gold as such. This is yellow, which is golden, isn't it? Yellow. And we're on a yellow cloth, golden yellow cloth. It says, then say, I ask the universal power of the elements, the gods and goddesses, the sun, the moon, the earth and the seasons, to bless me and these cards. These honour you. I honour you. I ask for guidance and truth, awakening and clarity, and the strength and courage to make changes should I need to. Now pass the pack through the smoke of the herbs. Light it again. Get some good smoke going. It says, now pass the pack through the smoke of the herbs, saying, I dedicate these cards to my and the greater good. May only good enter here. And so it is. If you like, you can make your first divination knowing the higher energies have heard your dedication and will respond in kind. Okay, so I've cleansed and dedicated the cards and done the little ritual. I've done my own little ritual as well. And I actually dressed the candle beforehand with frankincense oil. And the smells that are coming at me now from the burning the sage. It's white sage, by the way, that is white sage. And from the frankincense and the candle are just amazingly gorgeous. So now that we've done all that, let's put this to one side before we cause a fire. Where shall I put it? Over here. So it's still quite got the energy of the candle. Put it there. Okay. And let's shuffle shuffle and do our first draw. So as you can expect, it shuffles exactly the same way that the Oracle of the Witch shuffles. So I welcome you. Oh. I think this card wants to be read. It's a dangerous card, as you can imagine. Let's have a little look at the image first. Synergy. We've got a beautiful constellation of stars there. We've got a ram and a very ferocious beast. Pillars, ruined temple. Let's see what the deck wants to say to me. It says, I'll just zoom you in so you can actually look at the card whilst I'm reading the guidebook. So it says, the whole is more powerful than the parts alone. Experiment. There is power in new designs and ways. There may be people around you sowing discord. You know many things and have your own wisdom. Pull all this together to form something powerful. You have unique experiences and talents that can only be utilised by you. Then the key word is duality there. One part, many parts, synergy, discord. Homer gives a description of the Chimaera in the Iliad, saying that she was of divine stock, not of men. In the fall, part a lion, in the hinder, a serpent, and in the midst, a goat. There's the serpent. So this is one entity. Oh, I think this is going to be a very powerful deck. Breathing forth in terrible wise the might of blazing fire. There were many other descriptions, but, bottom line, the Chimaera was a creature made up of seemingly disparate parts, yet the parts worked together to create a stunning creature. The Chimaera may have been frightening, but it was beautiful and harmonious in form too. While the Chimaera sounds like something cobbled together like Frankenstein's monster, it was not. It was considered quite perfect in form and function, and was something to be viewed with wonder. While the Chimaera appears in Greek mythos and art, she also appears in 4 BCE Etruscan art and on Hindu seals of the same period. The Chimaera was born from 2 incredible Titan monsters, the Echidna and Typhon. Echidna was a giant half-woman, half-snake, and Typhon was a deadly serpent-like Titan, born from Gaia and Tartarus. Sadly, the Chimaera was killed by yet another hero, Bellerophon. The king of Lycia, Iobates, had it out for Bellerophon and wanted him eliminated. He ordered the young man to find and kill the Chimaera, as it was killing the cattle of his farmers and devastating the country generally. The real reason was that he thought that the Chimaera would simply eat Bellerophon, and that would be that. However, the king neglected to remember that the hero owned the infamous Pegasus, the winged horse, and flying above the Chimaera, he was able to kill it from a safe height. The plant companion is Eagleson Chimaera, a kind of a camellia, and the crystal companion is an amylite. Okay. So what is this deck saying about itself? Well, it's saying that it's got many parts, but they all come together to form a deck that is whole. So by using the different aspects of this deck, we can become whole. We can unite discord and make it something beautiful. Okay, put my glasses on so I can look all teacherish, like a teacher. A teacher. Yes. Anyway, you blue boy. Okay, so this deck, it deals with toxic positivity. That's really what the deck is all about, toxic positivity, which I think it's a major issue these days. People feel guilty if they don't present themselves as all love and light, especially with social media and, the youngsters. I mean, I've got a niece who's 16 and her social media presence, well, highlights to me the pressure that 16-year-olds, teenagers are under to present themselves and to even older. I mean, I've got another niece and she's 34 and she's come off social media altogether. And I asked her why. She said, because I'm sick to death of seeing all my friends having such perfect lives and going on these perfect holidays. And, this is a real illustration of what we mean by toxic positivity. That's exactly it. And I mean, at least she's sensible enough to see it for what it is and not try and join in and, get into horrendous debt trying to live up to what everybody else is doing, all her peers. So this deep, dark and dangerous oracle talks about monsters and illustrates it with myths, ancient myths, a lot of them, just to illustrate monsters. And when she's talking about monsters, she's talking about inner monsters. So fear of rejection, that's a monster. Anger, that's a big monster. Self-loathing, that's another monster. I'm sure you can think of a lot more. We have lots of monsters. We are very deep. There is a lot to us. We're not just one aspect. We are many aspects, and it's all about integrating those aspects and accepting ourselves for who we are. Not condoning bad behaviour, that's not what it's about. It's about trying the best we can with what we've got and not getting too hung up on those inner demons. It's about throwing light, illuminating those dark places within our psyche. And she does quote Carl Jung. She talks about Carl Jung quite a lot as well in the book. So it's all about integrating all the parts of ourselves. If you think if you think of us as a crystal, maybe with many facets, and we've got different facets to our personality. So we've got the facet that we present to our friends. We've got a different facet that we present at work, a different facet we present as a daughter or a son or a father or a mother or a sister or a brother. We are different people in different situations, is what I'm saying. And there's also that part of us that's like, oh, that wasn't a very nice thing to think, was it? It wasn't, that wasn't very kind. Is that really me? And, we want to be accepted by society, because historically, if we weren't accepted by society, if we were rejected by society, then we could starve, and we could die. So it's inherent part of our personality to want to survive. We have to conform. We have to be within our society. We have to follow certain rules and if we don't, then there's trouble. And she illustrates that quite well on page 4. I'll just read you what she says. It's important to add that some of these incredible creatures, deities and entities have stories whose meanings bear witness to and reflect modern events. We can see the mythos of Medusa and Circe. I'm actually reading a book on Circe at the moment, so that's quite relevant. For example, in A New Light, we know that many monsters from ancient cultures just happen to be female. And according to the mythos, this is what happens when women overstep the lower societal place, I can't say that word, societal place required of their sex. So, yeah, inequality of women. This indeed is a shadow and a darkness in itself, and we are currently illuminating and transforming in our society. Thank heavens. Thank heavens times have changed. It's taken a long time. It's only happened relatively recently where women are seen as equal to men. I have included this powerful work in this deck. So that's really cool, isn't it, that she's addressed that inequality. One criticism, and there is only one criticism I've got of this deck, is the plant companion and the crystal companion. There's no information. It just says what that companion is, and that's it. There's no so like there you go. Let's see that plant companion, crystal companion. So you need other resources if you want to know how to work with those energies with this deck. It's something I think I will do. I know quite a lot about crystals. I've been a crystal therapist for many years and a teacher. So I can work with crystals. However, I don't know anything about plant energy. So it's not something I'm going to include in working with this deck. What's the matter? Oh, it's got an itch. I'm not going to include that in working with this deck, but I will include the crystals. So, for example, the very first card in this deck is Depth, is Shadow. And this is what the whole deck is about. So Shadow, seek balance. You are not complete if you ignore the more hidden parts of yourself. Have compassion and curiosity about your shadow side. Be curious about all parts of yourself. Ignore your shadow side at your peril. Make friends with your shadow, as it has much to teach you. And she talks about Carl Jung. Card is duality, so depth and shallowness, darkness and light. The plant companion is Mandrake, and I don't know anything about Mandrake. The crystal companion is black obsidian. And volcanic glass, black obsidian, is used in those scrying mirrors. If you've ever seen a black scrying mirror, that's black obsidian. So I understand why that's used as the crystal companion for shadow. If you want to know more about plant energy and you want to know more about crystal energy, you are going to have to go to other resources. I will recommend one author. Well, it's a husband and wife team actually. And when I did study with them for a while, when they were in Exeter, they're now in Wales, and that's Sue and Simon Lilly, and they are amazing. They're an amazing couple. What they don't know about crystals isn't worth knowing. They've written quite a few books actually, so it's quite accessible. I can put a link maybe underneath to some of their books. So yeah, that's all I've got to say really. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this deep, dark and dangerous oracle unboxing and my thoughts. Obviously I haven't worked with the deck, so I'm going to discover what it's about in a deeper way by journaling with it. That's my intention over the next week or so, and to really start to get to know this deck and myself through this deck, and the different parts of myself through this deck, so I can synergize and bring together those different parts of myself to make one complete whole. And healing. Okay, thank you for watching once again, and until the next time, bye.